Hey guys, I'm gonna shout out Emily. Hey girl, she's a month one success starter, locked in Success Club her first month, and she's halfway to Emerald. I am so proud of you, girl. Kicking booty.
So I want to shout out Laura Callahan. I don't see her on here yet, but she should be on soon. And she's locked in Success Club for the month already. And she should be waking up Emerald tomorrow. So congrats, Laura. You rock.
I want to shout out Kimmy, and I know she's not here. She's spending the night with her mom through treatment, but she fought hard to the end of the month for Success Club last month. Super proud of you, girl.
That's incredible.
I'm gonna give another shout out to Elizabeth because she's on the call. Her daughter is sick and she's here to speak with us tonight, and I'm just so proud of her. She's going to be a month 3 success starter this month, so putting the pressure on her, but she's ready for it and excited. So
Killer. We hope your little one feels better. Okay, anybody else? Anybody? I'm just shout out to you guys. You're here. And that says a lot because I think I said this last week, but you could be anywhere but here, right? But you're choosing to make your business a priority. And there's a lot of faces on here that have been on these calls now for many, many Wednesdays or Sundays or whenever the days were. And it just fills us up so much to go into a new week. And I feel like this week's going to be a little extra special because it is easy to say, well, she doesn't understand, she's not new, or she doesn't understand, she's not going through this. And while I don't really condone that kind of thinking, I think it is good sometimes to know that somebody is right where you are, and you need to relate to that and feel that. So that's what we're hoping to bring to you guys tonight. We have such a wide variety of people speaking to us, which is so cool. So I just want to kick things off because I want to give these people as much time as possible to chime in and tell us a little bit about what we asked them. Okay, so I'm going to start with Elizabeth. She, like Natalie said, she's a mom. She's also pregnant. She has just this fire and light about her, which I feel like is very contagious. So that's number one. When it comes to this business, guys, pull that fire that's way down inside of you out because everybody has one. And that is really what's so attractive and contagious about joining you. Okay, so we want to know from a viewpoint of where you were before you started, what was your fear in starting and how it took a few weeks, and then what clicked to make you just a total badass? Take it away, Elizabeth.
Okay, thank you guys so much for all your kind words. So let's see. The fear in starting was that I'd done another MLM before, and I was like, no one's going to take me seriously. Like, the other one that I did was not fitness related at all. And I was more in it for like the business aspect of it, like, oh, work from home, that kind of thing. But then when I found Beachbody, I was like, okay, this is amazing. Like, it's what I do anyway. I love to work out. But my fear would be that, like I said, people wouldn't take me seriously. And also, like, not just random people, but like my family. And I knew I would be sensitive to their comments. And I knew, like, I would think like, oh, other people can say whatever they want, but if it's my family, like, then it matters. And I was like, you know what? Like, I have nothing to lose, like everything to gain. I'm just going to go into it and just share. Like, I really took what you guys said, like sharing your story, being real, like being authentic. Don't be afraid to repeat your story because someone new may be reading it. I was just like, you know what, I'm going to stick to this. And if I just do this every day and post every day, and like you guys kept saying, just like show up, post, connect with people, invite, don't be afraid to invite. And a huge thing for me too was like typing my own invites. At first I would do like the invite that like I would look on the Beachbody page, like how to invite people to coach or how to invite people to join. And I would read them, and I like was not confident in what I would say myself. So I would say like what they would recommend, and it just did not sound like me at all. So once I started, like, I don't really have a message I copy and paste. I just go to that person and I just start typing like, hey, oh my gosh, how are you? It's been so long. Like, your baby, like our babies are so close in age. What are you doing for sleep or whatever? And then, how are you handling this? Like, this is what I've done or whatever. And then maybe not that same day, but I'll get into like the whole Beachbody thing. Like, you would make such a great asset to our team, and that kind of thing. Another huge thing for me would be personal development. When I'm in the car, I just play Melanie's podcast that Natalie recommended, called Women Inspiring Women. And she just always has really good points. And just having that like as background noise, and just like, it's like, I could listen to music anytime. I can just listen to this and actually grow in this 20-minute car ride. And she just kind of like fires you up a little bit. That has been huge for me, because I notice like on days when I don't do that are the days that I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it this month, or like I'm stuck. And then like this morning I was kind of feeling that way. And I just read, like, I have the Slide Edge, and I just read like my 10 pages like he recommends in the book. And I felt so much better and just so much more like fired up. And that's I think I really answered more than just my fears. So sorry about that.
Hey, Matt.
That was perfect. Yeah.
Elizabeth, do you mind like sharing just like how long you've been coaching and what your rank is, just to like give everybody an idea of who you are a little bit?
Yeah. So I started coaching, I think it was late May. Because I remember thinking like, oh, I don't have a lot of time to hit Success Club this month. So I think it was late May. And I'm currently Emerald. And I've hit Success Club 10, I think, since June. So like June, July. Wait, are we in August, right? Maybe. I don't know. I don't really, maybe it was.
Yeah, this is your third month. So
Okay,
you're good.
this is my third month. Okay. Yeah. So I've hit Success Club 10 the previous 2 months. And that's just been really, really cool. And something that I was talking to Natalie about earlier today, I was like, I'm really scared for this month, because like in the past 2 months, I've kind of had like people that were like thinking about it that I knew I could reach back out to and be like, hey, like we've got promo codes, or like this is the time to do it. And I don't have that this month. And so it's like a new fear of mine, because I'm like, I guess it feels more risky. It's scarier. It causes me to lose more faith in myself, but I'm just like, okay, this is my month to teach myself that I can do it. And if I do it this month, then every other month when I don't have people lined up or whatever, however it feels, I'm going to like be able to push through. So that is where I'm at right now.
That was amazing. And
One more
one of the
question.
things, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I just want you to end it with like, I know that you had like a lot of anxiety and things before you started this business. Like how have these last few months like impacted you personally and your family?
Yeah. So before, so I moved here to Florida when I was 7 months pregnant with my first child. Before that, I lived at home with my family, and I have 5 siblings, and we're all really close. So this was like so many new things are happening to me at once. And I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but then once I actually was, I was like, oh my gosh, this is disastrous. Like, I was like, I have nothing to do all day. I'm like a slave to my child. And like, whenever my husband's with the baby, it's like, it seems like it's all just like fun and easy. And like, had he been like, oh yeah, like this is so hard, I felt better. But he was like, I would do this if I could. Like, I'd love to stay at home. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm failing miserably. I had nothing for myself. So I actually started teaching preschool again when Sienna was like really little, like 4 months old. And I never wanted to put her in preschool, but I needed something for myself so badly. because it was like affecting my marriage. I was miserable. I was unhappy. I was angry, moody. Like my husband would get home from work and I would just be like, take the baby. Like, this is all I've done all day long. I have no time for myself. And I'd literally go to the gym and I'd get home and she would just still be awake because she didn't have like a sleep schedule that young. Actually, she still doesn't. So it's kind of a nightmare, but, so yeah, I would go to the gym and that would be like my time. And so that little hour at the end of the day was like what was getting me through the rest of the 23 hours. But once I found Beachbody, it became more of like an all day, like I can do it from home whenever I want. I have my shake. Like, I feel like I'm fueling myself. It's a positive environment. Like, I'm not going to the gym surrounded by all these like super fit people where I just feel like I'm trying to keep up or like trying to just like meet where everyone else is at. Like, it's just me and a bunch of other normal moms, young women, men, whatever, just who share like their actual real life stories. And that completely changed like my family. It changed my attitude, my just like abilities to be a better mom. Like, I'm a much more positive person in general. And that I can tell like reflects on Sienna. Like, she's just a happier baby. She's so much easier. She's also getting older, but she's just easier to handle. I notice when I'm happier, and my husband notices a huge difference. Like, he's like my biggest advocate now because he's just like, this has changed you so much. Like, I don't even know like what you're doing, but just keep doing it. So it's just really helped my anxiety, and I'm not waiting till the end of the day to go to the gym anymore. And like counting down the hours, I can like get it done in the morning now at home. I know that nothing will like ruin my schedule. Like, Sienna can be completely upset and I can put on like a show and she can chill and watch and I can still get my workout in. Like, I feel like I have more control over my life now. And that's just like something I really needed with all the changes that happened. Thank you.
That was so good.
Thank you.
And guys, I also, Elizabeth, just maybe touch on this for like 1 second, but I feel like a lot of times maybe we're talking to somebody about coaching and they're pregnant, so they think that's not a good time to start coaching.
Yeah.
Well, that was like the perfect time for her. Now she's super healthy through this pregnancy. But how do you, I guess, like market this if you don't have like a before and after, right? Because you're going through a pregnancy, so your belly's growing.
Yeah.
So can you just touch on that for just like 1 second, and then we're gonna move on to Taylor.
Yeah. So I don't really touch on the physical part of it a whole lot. I more focus on like the mental aspects of it, the community, the like friendship, the opportunity. Like, I haven't really gone to that like before and after part yet, just because like you said, I don't have like a before and after photo. And I know that's what like a lot of people, that's what drives a lot of people is like the physical part of it. But I've somehow like you'd be surprised like how many people mentally like are struggling. And that's like a huge part of it. Like, if you don't have a before and after, or you're just like not in the best shape yet, you can just talk about how like how it changes me mentally and like my marriage and my family. And just like, I just focus on those aspects and I don't really touch on like the physical at all yet.
I love that. Thank you. Because I asked you that because I wanted you to kind of reiterate that it's not all about saying, I lost 5 pounds from the 21-day fix, or I lost 20 inches. That's awesome. But I think a lot of times we forget like the internal transformations that we're going through. And in reality, like that's going to connect us more to our community. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. You crushed it.
Thanks.
Okay. So Taylor, I think, is our Taylor Myers. She might be the newest coach speaking tonight on this panel. She's only been coaching for like a month or so. This is her 2nd month. And she was just kind of like, I didn't even know what happened when this all happened. Cause I'm like, hey, I want to try this free workout. She's like, yeah, sure. Why not? Signs up, starts to get her transformation in like 7 days. turn around and go, hey, like, you're killing this. You want to coach? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, what? So she's really just kind of been like fearless in the pursuit of this whole thing. So I'm anxious to hear, like, where is that coming from? And like, where did just jumping out of the gate to send 100 messages and 100 invites and then just being consistent, and how you just felt that power and that enthusiasm and that excitement, and how that's really carried you? Because like we were just saying with Elizabeth, you know, she didn't necessarily finish a program. I know a lot of times we think that's what we have to have, or a new coach has to have to start coaching. So take it away. Can't wait to hear from you. She's an emerald, by the way, guys, and a success starter.
All right, what's up, guys? I hope this is working because I'm on my phone. I'm at my aunt's house right now. So jumped out here to jump on this. First, I want to give a huge shout out to Mackenzie for being an awesome coach, because seriously, without you, girl, I wouldn't have pushed myself out of my comfort zone to do all of this. So yeah, love you too. But all right, so to answer her question, I was just really excited about my progress. Honestly, I had tried Beachbody before, just didn't get into it. I wasn't motivated, and it wasn't the program, it was me within myself. I wasn't giving myself the chance to commit to it and try it and be open-minded about it. So I did it for like a couple weeks and I stopped. So, and I did it on my own. I didn't have anybody ask me. I'd had people ask me in the past if I wanted to join, and I blew them off and I ghosted them and I said no. But I just finally decided I'm just going to get on and sign myself up. And I swear now, having the support of a coach and having this fit fam and having all of this behind me has been my key to like being motivated. Sharing my stories and my progress, I was so excited. Like, I just wanted to share. And that's Mackenzie finally just said, hey, do you want to coach? Because you're sharing anyways. And I was like, you know what? Why not? And it has helped me be so accountable. Because seriously, it's really easy to say, like, I don't want to do it today. But when I've got other people that I feel like I'm pushing myself to be better for, other than just myself, it makes me want to like jump in and do it, and it motivates me even more. So I sat down, and the first thing I want to say is I had to learn to be coachable, because she gave me lots of tips and pointers, and I literally listened to everything she said. It wasn't just about what I wanted to do. It was the advice that she was giving me, I was doing. And the biggest advice that she could have given me was to take action. I watched my stories that people were watching, and I wrote lists of just, seeing where everyone was watching them. And I was like, I'm going to invite this person. I'm going to invite that person. And I just kept going from there. People were liking my posts, and I was like, oh, somebody else to invite today. So I literally, she helped me write my first invite, and I just went from there. Like, it was game on from that point on. And I think I'm up to like 300 invites now. I have a track like on my computer. I set it up in Excel. I make a list of everybody I've invited on one side, and on the other side, I've got my list of who I need to invite, and I invite every single day. And I'm on Facebook, I'm sharing, I'm posting constantly, and it works. I mean, it just does. So I actually, one of my fears, being told no, I mean, it's a scary thing, but at the same time, like, I sit back and I'm like, I said no. I said no, and look where I'm at now. So it all comes back around. One of my girls that I invited actually ghosted me completely. And about 2 weeks later, she continued watching my stories, and she reached out to me, and she was like, hey, all right, I want to learn more about this. And now she's signed up, and she's working out, and she loves it. So it's just like a huge success. And seeing the people that I signed up absolutely killing it now, and staying in touch with them, because I didn't just sign them up to sign them up and be like, okay, I'm done with them. I signed them up, and I'm still you know, talking to him, reaching out to him, how are you? Because everybody needs that support. So I had one of my girls tell me the other day that she just couldn't get motivated. She was like, I don't know what it is. I can't get motivated and I'm struggling. She's like, I started one of my workouts the other day and she's like, I just didn't even finish it. And I went to Mackenzie and I'm like, oh my God, I need your help. I don't know what to say. Like, what should I say to her? And Mackenzie's response to me was, what would you tell yourself if you were in that position? She's like, you have to believe in yourself. And I just, from there, I was like, oh my God, I know exactly what to say. And I talked to her and I was like, you've got to find your why. You started this for a reason. Why did you start it? And we just went on. I was like, set goals that are, you know, SMART goals that are measurable, that you can have short term, not long term, that you want to lose 10 or 15 pounds, but something that you can see right away. Maybe a goal of just, hey, I'm going to show up every day this week. And it made a difference for her. And she's like, I do have a why and it does make sense. And she's back in the game and she's like, I feel good. She's like, I started week 2 completely over because last week was a waste. And she's like, I'm ready to go. So it's been incredible helping others. And, you know, biggest thing is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be told no. Don't be afraid to invite, because if they say no, so what? I mean, what's it hurt? You're just trying to help them. So that's how I look at it, at least.
Girl, mic drop. That was so good. Thank you so much. I want to point out, I think like what I took from that the most was she did all the things. Like, it wasn't just that she was posting or just that she was inviting or just that she was even doing her workouts. She did all the things and the wheel keeps spinning because she keeps doing them. And I feel like some days, you know, it is hard when we get told no, or we don't necessarily know what to say on social media, or we forget, like Elizabeth, like, oh, I'm feeling crappy today. Okay, personal development. Or I'm in the car. I could just as easily listen to music. So, or I could listen to personal development. It's these things that are so easy to not do that we have to do, right? Like, they're very easy to not do, but we have to do them. They're so vital. Girl, thank you. That was so great. I took so much away from that personally. So next we have Brian. Maggie calls you Brando. I think you're on here. That's your last name? I see you. Just unmute yourself. There you go.
Yeah. What's going on?
Okay, so guys, first of all, hi, male coach. So exciting to hear from a male coach, not to embarrass you. But also, guys, he is in the personal training world. He has a really special outlook on Shakeology. So we want to hear, like, how has being a personal trainer changed your view on this business and with coaching? And also, like, what's your personal experience with Shakeology? Take it away.
So if I don't answer everything, just ask me again, okay? If I get distracted. So how personal training changed my view. It probably strengthened my view against it at first when I first became a trainer. And then Maggie, my awesome coach that you guys all know, has been in touch with me about Beachbody since I started training 4 years ago. And back then, I always told her no because it was too expensive, and what was the other reason? It was too expensive, and I wasn't a fan of the network marketing. And so for the last 4 years, that's what I've been saying anytime we talked about it. And Maggie never bugged me ever. She was always like, we rarely ever talked about it. So it's kind of cool that it ended up this way, where I kind of like came back to her full circle 4 years later. So Maggie, that's really being patient. Great job.
I put a lot of plugs in, guys. He may not have realized it, but I was constantly putting plugs in.
Just over 4 years. It does add up after 4 years. Anyway, the network marketing, I realized, this is kind of funny when you think about it, all business is network marketing. It's just Beachbody, the way they make money directly relates to the network marketing in the background. So like my business is network marketing. My referrals, I get all referrals mostly. It's all network marketing. So when I think about it that way, I'm like, wow, I could have thought about that a long time ago, you know. But the biggest thing for me that brought me back to Maggie was that I just had my clients. I asked my clients if they wanted to learn more about supplements, and I did a little poll on my little group that I have for my class, and they all really wanted to know about supplements. And then, so this is in May, and so back in May, I was like, I need to find something that's all natural. And I was like, you know what? Shakeology is all natural. I'll try it. So I tried a 5-day sample, and I just drank it with water, and I loved it, even with just water. And Maggie was shocked when I told her that. Yeah, so I loved it. I read the ingredients. I was like, man, these ingredients are amazing. All the benefits of these things, many of them I already knew. Some of them I didn't know. So I looked them up, just ended up loving it even more when I looked at all the benefits of everything in the entire bag, pretty much. So now that's my view. I've become more of an all natural, a believer of all natural remedies for anything. And partially my fiance who is also very holistic thinking in her therapy. She's a massage therapist. So that definitely influenced me as well. And so led me to Shakeology. Long story, but
tell us though, like about your personal experience with it. Like you've been drinking protein powders and like you've taken a lot of supplements in your life, but just in like a month and a half, like what physical changes have you seen?
Yeah, sorry if I'm leaning in, I can't hear because my headphones have to charge. But so I used to be, for the last, I don't know, 10 years, like I've been taking, you know, GNC, protein supplements, you know, creatine, all of it. I've tried all of it, and it's all very expensive too. But it's also all artificial pretty much. So the fact that Shakeology was all natural source was huge for me, because that's what I preach now, and not just nutrition, but in a lot of things in my philosophy as far as a coach and trainer, like fitness coach and trainer. So yeah.
Nope. You didn't answer my question. I love you, but
Sorry.
Talk about poop. We're all comfortable with it.
What's that? Oh.
What did you see? Like we had like a 20-minute conversation about like all the crazy changes that like you've personally and physically seen from it. It's so cool. Not just poop. I'm not like being a psycho.
Okay. So yeah, no, my gut is healthier. Thanks, Maggie. So my gut is healthier. And besides the poop, my gut is absorbing more nutrients now. It's my theory, you know, I don't know for sure. It's just, you know, as a trainer, I'm always thinking about my self-awareness, like trying to figure out what benefits I get from things I put in my body. And, so yeah, having the probiotics and prebiotics both in there, absorbing more nutrients and also getting more nutrients at the same time. My vision is improved. I've generally not been able to see at a distance with my glasses just because they're old. Yep. So also, I feel more energized throughout the day. Even when I've always had a tough time sleeping, and when I get poor sleep, I feel like I need to nap usually. But since I've started Shakeology, I haven't felt the need to nap ever, like at all, unless it's like less than 4 hours. But anyway, so I don't feel like I need to nap. I feel like I have more energy even on the days I do sleep well. What other things did I tell you, Maggie, that I'm forgetting?
I think that's it. I think you covered
it. Yeah. And that's the other thing. I'm actually the leanest I've been in 2 years. That was the other one. So I'm the leanest I've been in 2 years. And I think that's because I'm absorbing more nutrients. My body's processing bad food or bad drink options better. Of course, like this is just me thinking about it, not like going to a doctor and then telling me this. So, but it's what I feel. So, it's changed my life. Shakeology's changed my life for sure.
How long have you been a personal trainer?
4 years.
So 4 years of fitness in a gym as a personal trainer, but 3 months or 4 months of the nutrition aspect.
Yeah.
And that's how big of a difference you're seeing.
Yep. Major difference.
Wow.
I mean, yep. I lost 2% body fat just from in 3 months, just from doing that. So,
and
so did my fiance, actually. My fiance is the leanest she's ever been. And so, yeah, both of us. That's
amazing.
Yeah.
So do you like market, you obviously, so as a personal trainer, y'all don't rule them out obviously as coaches because they can supply their people that they're training with the supplements. Do you also kind of work the workouts in as well if that's something that they're interested in, if like they're not a client with you at the actual gym?
Great question. The workouts I haven't figured out how to really use those to my advantage, because like my whole philosophy with my clients has been to teach them how to work out on their own without needing a workout plan. So I really just sell at this point, I really just use the all natural part of it, that part that I know I love and can really sell because I believe in it so much. So the workouts, I'm like, yeah, it's like, I try to use like the terms that they talk about, like it's a Netflix for workouts or, whatever, all that stuff. But like, I'm not really like comfortable with it yet. So, but I do, say that if they have them and they go out traveling, like you don't need to think about it. You can just use this, that kind of thing. So,
right.
Cause they don't always have the tools to do the workouts that I want them and show them. But, so yeah, I definitely am going to use it in that way.
I love that though, because it just goes to show like, you really just need to play to your strengths and you can make this business whatever you want to make it. Obviously you're doing that and he's passionate about the supplements and that's what he's showing people an avenue towards. So that's a really cool perspective for me to hear that and see that and learn that, because I think sometimes we get in that challenge pack mentality and it's great to still do that challenge pack. But if your strength is showing them the value in these supplements and how that's going to add into what your style is, it just shows Beachbody's really versatile and you can really make it work for so many people. That was awesome.
And I guess I should add that the other thing that I just found out about actually through another Beachbody coach that I met through a friend, she mentioned the diet plans that they offer. And I watched the videos about them and I was like, wow, these are great. This is like, To Be Mindset is exactly what I believe in. Like, same exact philosophy. Like you shouldn't have to restrict yourself. You should, that whole deal. And then, for people who have a hard time understanding portions, that ultimate portion is really a great plan. If they just, as long as they have the right foods in the fridge, they can pack it up and have a healthy meal. So, those diet plans are also something that I'm definitely going to push. So the nutrition is definitely, I'd say my route at this point.
Awesome. Maggie,
last like little question, Brando. So like Mackenzie kind of touched on this, but I think at least personally, like when I am connecting with someone on social media and I see that they are a personal trainer or they're already in the fitness world, I'm very hesitant to reach out to them. And so I would love to hear like your perspective on like advice for us as coaches on how to connect with personal trainers or even just how to recruit them and how to like show them the value of what we're doing, even though it's very different than what you're doing.
Yeah. So I think that for me, what sold me was nutrition. So in my opinion, you should pursue that route, the all natural. People who are into the workouts, they're not going to sell them on that. So the definitely going the nutrition route. That's what got me. The fact that all these benefits, like talk about the benefits of all the of the nutrients that are in the bag. And so definitely nutrition. I would take that route.
That's so helpful because, I mean, who doesn't want to recruit a coach that already values health and fitness?
Yeah.
All you got to do is pair them with these awesome products and boom.
And a
was
lot
great.
of them probably have it on their Instagram that they're like into all natural things.
Yeah.
Just look at their Instagram and it's probably public. So
Look
you
for like
target,
hashtag, like if you're a vegan, hashtag vegan.
right. There you go. Whatever they, they're probably easy targets, honestly, if you really search them out.
That's great. Great perspective. Thank you so much. You did awesome.
You.
Yes,
Thanks.
you did so great. Thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
so
Thanks for having me.
yes, absolutely. So
I'm excited to be a part of the team.
woo, male coach. What's up? I'm sorry, I'll stop doing that. Okay. All right. Finally, but not, last but not least, but guys, Nicole is going to talk to us, and she's a superhero, superwoman, Wonder Woman type of woman. She's had a year. She has been through a lot. I'm not going to get into her whole story, but she is a cancer survivor. She's been through surgeries. She's a mom of 2. I'm getting goosies. And she has just been a warrior. Honestly, I don't even know if there's a better way to describe it. So we really would hear, how are you doing? And can you put into words like what this business has done for you and the mindset, really the mindset that you've had to have along the way as a brand new coach, and then now going through a season that was really, really, really hard, to coming back? Because if you guys have been here for any length of the time, which some of you really haven't, but life is like this, which means our business is like this. Okay. So, how did you come back from that, and how do you just take it away?
Well, hi guys. I'm doing really well. Thank you. Yeah, this past year, so I've had, oh my God, like 3 surgeries in my lifetime, and the last 2 were in the last 10 months. So it's crazy. And like you said, like your life is like this and business is like this. And one of my favorite quotes that I saw about healing is it said, healing is not linear. And I think that our business is not linear either. Like we tend to go, like our ebbs and flows tend to kind of vibe and jive with our life, so like when life is going really, really well, like we tend to be more positive and motivated in our business. And it's easy to be positive when everything goes your way, and it's really freaking hard to be positive and to motivate yourself when you feel like life is kicking you when you're down. So that, I think, where my mindset from like how this business has helped me through this process and through these surgeries, and ultimately, and vice versa, through the surgeries and to the business, and how it's also kind of helped. It's helped me recognize how much I'm really in this, and why I'm in this. Like, if it wasn't for my belief in this business and in Beachbody and my personal journey with it and how I've evolved through it, like I would have just dropped it and been like, I can't, I'm done, and I would have walked away. My first surgery was, I was diagnosed with kidney cancer. So a little backstory was I'm a coach for 5 years, but I didn't start as a success club or as a success starter. I was really like on the pedal, not even on the pedal. It was like a little tapping it like that. And I'd share it when I wanted to share it. And I was a glorified challenger, so to speak. Like I got the discount, and I didn't run my own groups, but some people, if they bought from me, they bought from me. And that was kind of how I treated it. And when I finally like recognized my own value in my story, and when I recognized the amazing opportunities I had with this business and that I could do with it, I just felt like I needed to go for it. I needed to go all in. I needed to run on all 4 of those cylinders. And that literally happened like a year ago when I had that click of, I'm done making excuses. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to stop talking about wanting to do this, and I'm going to actually do it. So I went from having nobody on my team to diamond in 6 months. My goal was to do the diamond retreat this last summer. And I made it. I literally made it on the deadline of the Thursday. I woke up that exact Thursday as a diamond and made the diamond retreat and got to go to Florida and make amazing bonds with this team and start to even see like the bigger picture. Also went to my first summit last year too. That helped a lot, like with seeing the big picture and reinstilling like my why for this business. So went to the diamond retreat, came home from the diamond retreat on a Sunday. That Tuesday night, I'm a dance teacher in the evenings, by the way. I was teaching dance. I was having a lot of pain.
my boss was like, yo, I'll take your class, just get to the hospital. Like, you just need to go see a doctor. Never would have gone to the ER because I don't go to the doctor. I like medicate myself at home for as long as I can and go to the doctor as like a last ditch effort. So if she hadn't pushed me to go, I don't really know how this would have happened, but I went out of some like fluke pain that was going on. I thought I really overdid it in Florida, probably drank too much, had so much like crap, just, you know, all the crappy food that you don't normally eat in your day. And I thought I just killed my gallbladder. And so I go to the emergency room, they run some tests, and by luck, and it's really weird to say luck, but by luck, they stumbled upon a tumor that was on my left kidney. And they were like, we don't know how you haven't had any symptoms, but it hasn't spread. Your kidney is really healthy. It's not in your bone. All we need to do is go in there and get it out. So it happened as fast as they told me. What I thought was like an ulcer in my stomach or a flare up of my gallbladder was a spoof thing. I never felt that pain the day after. Like, I don't even know what it was. Like, the pain was on my right side, the tumor was on my left. I have no idea like what took me in there, but it saved my life. And it's really weird that it's like, maybe it was my gallbladder, maybe it was like all the crappy food in Florida, and I pushed for Diamond, and somehow maybe Diamond saved my life. I don't know. Like, but it got me there and where I needed to be. But so the very next day I sat down with my surgeon. We had a pre-surgery consult. He told me what he was going to do. And literally 9 days later, we went in there and did it. And you don't really have time to like figure things out when it happens that fast. Like, how can you feel the healthiest you have ever felt in your entire life? I lost 50 pounds with 21-day fix when I first started 5 years ago, kept it off, was consistent with Shakeology, loving my Energize, working out every day, feeling the healthiest I've ever been, yet someone's like, you have cancer. So, and here I am at Diamond, and I don't know how the freak this, I'm going to like jive with this, or what am I going to do? And how am I going to like pedal through this? This is a whole new experience, right? So after the surgery, you have time to like think. It's all quiet. And I had time to kind of really realize and process what was going on. And as you get into this dark place, and I started to question where I was with coaching, you know, and what I could even do with coaching. And I pretty much stopped altogether. I didn't get through that well because I felt like I didn't have anything to offer. I felt like I couldn't coach people. I felt like I can't work out. So how can you be motivating to people when you can't work out? Because it was a long healing process. And coming out of it, I had like the 6-month period where I'd start to work out, and then something happened, and the doctor was like, no, you can't. And I started to work out, and it's like, no, you can't. So within like 6 months, I finally was able to come back and coach again, and just mentally felt like I was ready. Physically, I was ready, but I had a hernia from the surgery incision. So if you have anything done with like surgery wise with your abdominal, you are put at really high risk of having a hernia. So when I jumped back into my workouts, more than likely I jumped back in and I didn't modify enough, and I took it too hard on my core, and I created a hernia behind my incision. And I knew that was something that was going to have to be dealt with. So that's what I literally had a week ago today. My hernia surgery was a week ago today. And it was a hernia repair. And so, yeah, I'm kind of like up and back because the way that my surgeries are linked, it's kind of crazy. So going back to like that 6 months when I restarted, I started back kind of full on coaching again in April. I'd lost my Diamond. I'm back in Emerald, pushing for it again because of where that took me last time. So this time around, when I started back on April 25th, and I remember, I think it was Liz who maybe said she felt like she had this much time to reach Success Club. I forget who it was. Someone mentioned that on the call earlier, but I did. I felt like, okay, it's April 25th, and I'm back to coaching, and I have like this much time to reach Success Club, but I'm going to do it. I had sent in like 50 invites and in a day, and again, just kind of went full throttle. But honestly, if it was anything else, if I did not believe it, if I did not believe in my purpose and I did not believe in my journey, I was reading Unfuck Yourself by, what is it? Oh, Gary Bishop. And I was reading his book leading up to re-signing up as a coach. And it was kind of really what I needed, because I was so down in my, what I can't do, what I can't have, what all of my woes and all of my negatives, that it really got me down. And like I said before, like when you're in this healing process, whether it's mental or physical, and that's all you're focusing on is all the bad, like it's really hard to pick yourself up out of that. So that is where personal development came in for me, when I finally was ready to receive it and I started digging into the book. It really helped pull me out of it. And I knew, I was like, look, there is something really amazing in this journey. My own health and fitness journey over the years has been crazy. I didn't grow up as a health and fitness guru. I battled with nutrition my entire life, was a bulimic. I share that in my stories. I never knew how to lose weight in a healthy way. Beachbody showed me that. 21 Day Fix, the Portion Fix nutrition plan, showed me and taught me how to eat. I know that my story is it's special, but it's not unique in the fact that nobody else can relate to it. That's the point. So can I just sit and wallow in the fact that like life dealt me a really shitty hand? Yeah, I can do that. But I can also take that and use that as a way to show other people this mountain can be moved. This can be conquered, and it doesn't have to just end here. Our trials and our tribulations don't have to be our defining moments. Our defining moments are what we do with them. So I believe in what this business has done for me financially. I've been able to just put money in savings for the first time ever. Like, you know, I'm not a full-time coach right now. I will be, but I'm not right now. So the little things that I can do with it, whether it pay my car payment or just it was money I used for groceries, and I didn't have to pull money out of savings to pay for groceries for that week. Like if it's something that little that I can do for my family based on something that I thought was a weakness, and I turned it into a strength. My health was a weakness for the longest time, nutrition wise, because it sucked. And I turned it into a strength, turned it into a way that it's like teachable for other people, because they can relate to those struggles. And a lot of people just through Instagram have reached out to me just through like kidney cancer and things like that. And just seeing that I didn't let it keep me down. And like, they'll say like, I love how positive you are and everything. And I don't have a positive days every day, but ultimately I know that there's a reason these were put in front of me. So yeah, I think that if it wasn't for my belief in Beachbody and in coaching and in my belief and why I'm here, that I really am where I'm supposed to be, that my journey through this whole process would have been very different. And mentally, I don't know if I could have ever pulled myself out of that dark place where I was last year. Like this time around with the surgery, I'm sore, I'm in pain, like it's not comfortable. My stomach's still like swollen and inflamed, and it's all, it's beautiful. It's quite a beautiful thing. But I'm okay. Like I'm all right. And cause I know that, I don't know, I did it before. So this time around, I'm like, I'm just going to get a tattoo, like comeback kid. Cause these are just obstacles that life have just said, how bad do you want it? They say, like, if you pray for patience, then God, or however you believe, is going to show you or going to give you ways to be patient. If you want strength, then you're going to be given opportunities to show that you're strong or to build that strength. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
You killed it. I just love you so much, Nicole. I can't say enough about your story and just how much we all truly adore you. But there's something else that I want to add to that. Even like how you struggled the first time on sharing your story. Sorry, I hear someone yelling in the background and I have a hard time focusing when I hear the background noise. Anywho, where'd you guys go? Even right now, guys, she had surgery not even a week ago, and she's still showing up, sharing in her stories. I mean, shoot, I literally had to yell at her today because I saw her making her coffee and cream, which is Energize and collagen. She got really clever and called it coffee and cream. And I was like, you better not be working out. And she was like, don't worry, I'm not. But here she is, guys. She decided to still like show up and share her journey, and just how brave it is, Nicole, and how you share just your whole entire journey. It's truly just amazing to me, just on how many times you've been knocked down and you've been able to pull yourself up and fight even harder the next time around. And if I talk anymore, I'm just going to cry. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Aww.
Love you.
I love you too. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. I don't really, I mean, I think what we can all just take from that is, I mean, is it really that bad? I mean, the only way to fail is if you quit. And you've been through so many things that you could have given yourself permission to quit because of, right? Like you could have easily been like, well, I can't do it now because of this, and I can't do it now because of this. And just continuing to show up is because you had a strong belief in yourself, in this business, in your why. And that's why we all lose our breath saying, have a strong connection to why you're here, because you cannot avoid this. And just thank you. That was so great. And Jess, we love you. I know you guys have such an awesome connection, and that makes it special too. Okay, so I don't want to go too much longer, but I just want to give anybody else an opportunity to chime in. Any new coaches in here, anybody who's feeling brave, anyone who's feeling inspired, anyone that just wants to give us one or two little things that they've learned or that they want to add value to the team. And then we'll close it up. Anybody? There's a lot of people being brave.
I was going to say, if nobody is on here, I know Jessica from Glow Diggers, you're on here, aren't you, girl? I wanted her to share what happened to her this week. She's the new coach in the past week. I don't know. It's
Jessica Pace or Jessica?
Unmute yourself. There you are. Share what happened to you this week.
Hi. Sorry.
Oh.
I'm here. I'm laying in my bed, so I had myself blocked off, but hello, everyone. So I was actually on the phone with a friend of mine from high school. So we've known each other for a really long time. And he called me because he saw everything on my Instagram and was just kind of asking, like, what is going on with you? Because this is not the Jessica that I know. I tend to be a pretty negative person, so I think that was kind of the biggest change that he had been seeing in my story. So I was just kind of talking to him about what I've been doing and like the working out and the different stuff. And he stopped me and he was like, wait a second, are you selling something? I was like, I mean, yes and no. It depends on how you look at it. And he was just blown away. He's like, I had no idea this was marketing. I had no idea about any of it. I just saw like what you were doing and I was super curious about it. And that's really cool. And he noticed the change in me and everything else. So I just thought it was very interesting all the way around.
And share why you decided, what event made you want to be a coach?
You mean going to the
Super Weekend?
Super Weekend, yes. So I was signed up as a coach for a while as essentially a discount coach because I had been using all the supplements. And Danielle had I had clicked interested because I live an hour from Philly. So I'm always interested in going to these things, but actually like doing it is always my downfall. So Danielle had reached out and had just said like, hey, like you should actually come. And I was like, well, okay. But I still wasn't going to do it just because of who I am as a person, but I decided to actually go. And seeing how many people were really doing it and everything else, it just really kind of got me motivated, and here I am.
Super proud of you, girl. She's only a weekend, but it's proof that people are watching, guys. And the next Super Weekend, y'all better have your tickets and you better bring someone with you, even if they haven't said yes to coaching yet, because you never know how much it can impact their life. That's why
I never look for discount coaches. You never know. All right, you guys, this was amazing. I'm so glad that we did this. Thank you, everybody that shared. I feel like we all took something really special and unique away from it. And I love seeing you guys' faces on here every week. So let's take what we learned. Let's take how filled up we feel right now and go pour it out all over the place for the rest of the week. Okay. Love y'all. And we'll talk to you next week. Bye.